Hi, it's Maria from Still Dreaming Homestead. Sorry I missed yesterday's video. I could not find my cell phone again. But my son Jason found it for me this morning or this afternoon, and so I'm back tonight. We're going to continue reading in our series, My Bible Friends. We've started reading about Daniel, and we saw how Daniel and his friends got really kidnapped and taken to Babylon, and how they chose to continue following God's ways, and how God blessed them. And they were wiser than all the wise men in the whole country. So today we're going to read Daniel and the lions. By now, Daniel is an adult. Many years had gone by since Daniel had been taken prisoner to Babylon. He had grown to be a wise, good man. And now a new king sat upon the royal throne. The new king soon learned that no matter what happened, he could trust Daniel. So the new king made Daniel ruler next to himself. So he was second in command over all the people of the kingdom, over all the wise men of the kingdom, over all the princes of the kingdom. The princes became very angry when the king made Daniel ruler over them. So they began plotting a way to get rid of Daniel. Said a sly prince, "We'll find some fault in him and go tell the king." So the princes watched Daniel, but not a fault could they find in him. Daniel didn't lie. He didn't cheat. He was never late. He did his work well. "I know what we can do," said the sly prince. "Tell us," chorused the princes. "What can we do?" They couldn't find anything wrong with Daniel. Wonder what diabolical plan they have. Haven't you seen Daniel open his window towards Jerusalem? Morning, noon, and night? Have you not heard him pray to the God of heaven?" asked the sly prince. "Well, we'll write a law that anyone who prays to any god, except for the king, for 30 days shall be thrown into the lion's den." Well, of course, the king is not God, but the king was vain. The king was so pleased, said a prince, "will be so pleased," said a prince, "he will not think of Daniel. He'll seal the law." "Ho, ho," laughed the princes. "Daniel will be thrown into the lion's den." The lion's den would be like a deep pit that the lions could not jump out of. And this is probably what it looked like, Daniel in his window. Can you kind of see him? Sorry, the picture's not very clear. The princes wrote a law and took it to the king. "O king, we wish to honor you," said the sly one. "We have written a law that anyone who prays to any god except for you, O king, for 30 days shall be thrown into the lion's den." The king was pleased. He asked for wax that he might seal the law. A servant dipped melted wax on the paper, and the king pressed his ring into it, And so the law was sealed. It could not be changed now. See how they did that then? Messengers were stationed on the city streets to read the new law to the people. "Hear ye," shouted the messengers. "He who prays to any god other than the king for 30 days shall be thrown into the lion's den. Hear ye, hear ye." Fathers and mothers stopped to listen. Boys and girls stopped to listen. Daniel stopped to listen to the reading of the strange new law. Of course, nobody would want to be thrown in with the lions. Let's see what will happen. Several of the princes hurried down the street that led to Daniel's house. There they are. They hid where they could see the window that he always opened when he prayed. They saw Daniel come home and go to the house. Would Daniel open his window and pray as always? Perhaps he would pray in his closet today. Maybe he wouldn't pray at all until the 30 days were past. Anxiously, the princes watched and waited, and see, there goes Daniel. He's headed home. What do you think Daniel's going to do? Daniel's window opened. The princes saw Daniel kneel in the open window. They heard him pray to the God of heaven. They didn't wait for Daniel to say amen. They raced to tell the other princes what they had seen and heard. Together, they would go tell the king. Their plan had worked. Daniel would be thrown into the lion's den, and they would be rid of him. See, they're going to go and tell. The king was sad, so sad for his friend Daniel. He was very sorry that he had ever sealed that law. Guards brought Daniel to the lion's den. Other guards rolled away the stone from the opening to the den. The lions were hungry. They growled. They roared so loudly the ground trembled. One guard seized Daniel's arms, another his feet, and they threw him down among the roaring lions, and then they rolled the stone back in place. Poor Daniel. Suddenly, everything was quiet. The lions no longer roared. The ground no longer trembled. The proud princes smiled at one another. They were rid of Daniel. They were sure they would never, never see him again. But the king wept. And wept is another word for cried. So the king was crying. He wished he had never did that. Day turned into night. The moon came up. Hundreds and hundreds of stars sparkled in the dark night sky. The king couldn't sleep. He refused to eat. He would allow no music to be played. From time to time, he listened toward the window. Often, on other nights, the lions roared, but tonight the lions were quiet. Next morning, as soon as the sky began to be light, the king sent for his guard and hurried to the lion's den. The guard rolled away the heavy stone. Anxiously, the king called down into the den, "Oh, Daniel, is your God whom you serve able to deliver you from the lions?" Would Daniel answer? Was he still alive? From down in the lion's den came Daniel's quiet voice. "O king, live forever. My God has sent his angel and has shut the lions' mouths, that they have not hurt me." We all have an angel that will help protect us. Joyously, the king ordered the guard to take Daniel up out of the lion's den. The guard let down a rope to Daniel. Hardly was Daniel out of the den when the lions began to roar and the ground to tremble. But there wasn't a tear in Daniel's clothes. There wasn't a claw mark on his hands. There wasn't a scratch on his face. Even as God sent an angel long ago to shut the lions' mouths to keep them from hurting Daniel, just so he has promised to send an angel today to protect everyone who loves him. In his book, the Bible, God has written in the Psalms 34:7, "The angel of the Lord encampeth around," that means lives around you, "round about them that fear," that means love him, "and delivers them." So the angel of the Lord is around you, and he will deliver you, save you, if you love him. Do you love him? I love him. And I am so thankful for the many, many times that he has saved me from being hurt. Or if I was hurt, he helped me to get well soon. He's so good to me. And he'll be so good to you too. Well, it's Maria from Still Dreaming Homestead. I want to pray blessings on you and yours inside your house and outside, in the day and the night. Whatever you do, keep dreaming. Bye-bye.